Would you like to lighten your load and brighten your life? It all starts with making the decision to let go. People make a big deal out of decision making. That is because every decision carries consequences, good or bad. This is one reason why worry consumes people. Our decisions are like baggage that we take everywhere we go. People spend much of their time and energy worried, wondering if they are making the right decision, worrying about what the bags look like from the outside. Sometimes we even delay a decision for the sake of appearances. We think to ourselves, what will others think of me? Meanwhile, inside that luggage is a part no one ever sees. Its contents are the consequences of that decision. Sooner or later, the contents will be revealed. Think about the process of getting married. In the beginning, a couple meets and feel inseparable. They spend a lot of time together. They discover each other's likes and dislikes. A lifetime bond begins to form. Behind the scenes, a plot is unfolding. The perfect plan is formed. But what will that moment look like? Excitement, anticipation, and nervousness fills the air. The heart races while imagining a beautiful life together. With eagerness, the hope of expectation pushes them forward. Now is the time to ask. And the answer is a resounding yes. The excitement grows bigger, now filling both their hearts with overflowing wonder and amazement. Now they enter a time of stress. Patience and understanding will be needed to plan the perfect day. It requires coming to an agreement on quite a few things. These things tend to become opposing points of view. Exactly how much money should be spent? Will it be a traditional wedding in a church? Or is there something else in mind? Where should the venue be? How much extravagance and splendor to display? Arguments may form about who gets invited and who doesn't. Will they want a DJ to entertain guests? What type of food will they eat? What kind of cake? What if their guests don't like it? How should the wedding be decorated? What is the theme? Do they want flowers? Wow, those things are expensive. Who will adequately photograph and video this memory to remember for a lifetime? What will be the perfect dress for the bride and bridesmaids? What about the groom and the groomsmen? Oh yeah, don't forget about the rings. For some weddings, there are even more things to consider. During this planning phase, the amount of stress couples put themselves through is kind of crazy. Some even call it off before the big day. Along the way, they may have forgotten about the good consequences of getting married. They forgot that love needs a chance to grow. In fact, it can grow so much that just when they think it cannot grow anymore, that love could blossom into a whole new life that is created. Before stressing to the point of quitting, remember who it is you are marrying and why you fell in love with them in the first place. If you want a love that lasts, put the love of your life first. Desire their fulfillment above your own. Besides love, finding the best career is also life-altering. The right career can lead us into the life of our dreams. Choosing the wrong one can lead us down a path of destruction. It helps to remember what is most important. What carries higher priority? Before ever deciding to take a new job, its advantages and disadvantages must be carefully thought out. How will it impact your life? The same can be asked regarding your family. Will the change bring you closer to or further from each other? Again, how will it impact your life? Spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Being improperly balanced can wreak havoc on our lives and cause all of our carefully laid plans to fall. Some bags feel light as a feather. They are easy to carry and worth bringing along. Other bags overwhelm and feel like the weight of the world. We wish we had not brought them. Never mistake how easy it is to make decisions, especially when we do not understand the consequences that follow. Ignorance is bliss, but often leads to foolish outcomes. We know that reasoning is established over time, still being formed in young people well into their 20s. Without reasoning, young adults fall prey to poor decisions. They do not know the outcomes, some of which may last an entire lifetime. At first glance, it does not seem fair that a person would have to pay for an unwise decision, especially for the rest of their lives. The lack of fairness does not change the facts. Remember, decisions will always have consequences. One of those consequences is that the baggage adds up. Before long, the task of carrying all that weight becomes unmanageable. Everything we know falls apart, and we are stuck picking up all the pieces, wondering how they are going to fit back together. If it is even possible at this point, even the smallest of commitments add up. Do you know anyone who always says yes to everything? Think about when the holidays are coming. Eager but frantic, for some families, history always repeats itself. It starts with a decision to celebrate at home, but things quickly change.
Hey, Mike, how is everything going? Carol and I were wondering if you and Nicole would like to stop by for a visit. It's been a while since you last saw your in-laws.
He thinks to himself,
Better not offend them, or there could be trouble.
another decision has been made. First, celebrate at home, and then stop by the in-laws later. But only stop by one set of in-laws? His parents will be offended if they find out they were not visited too. Although she is not there, he can hear his mother's voice.
We know who the favourites are.
Partially defeated, he mutters to himself.
I guess we will just have to make the best of it all.
Moments later.
Hello, this is Mike.
Hi, Mike. This is Amy from church. I hate to call, but since you were planning on attending the Christmas play on Saturday, we were wondering if you and Nicole wouldn't mind volunteering to stick around for a couple hours to help after the event. We desperately need the help.
Before agreeing to help, he remembers the presentation is due on Monday. The boss will be upset if it's not turned in.
That's okay. I'll figure it out later.
Pretty soon, his schedule is tightly packed, overbooked, and pitifully impossible. Is it any wonder he does not like the holidays? Sometimes it is good to pause before deciding. We do not have the foresight to know what the consequences will be, but we can always ask someone who might know. The trick is the handoff between those who have the knowledge and those who do not. It is a humbling experience to admit when we do not know, but we can always ask for help. Doing this can help us steer clear of many poor decisions. It is not the decisions as much as the consequences we should be mindful of. Those are what we long live to regret. Working to understand them makes it easier up front to decide, especially when we cannot live with certain outcomes. Avoid those outcomes from the start. Make the best decisions for your life. But not just for today, though. Decide on a future that does not look back with regret. It is joyful to carry the right baggage. It is painful to carry the wrong. Choose wisely. Watch the next video to see how success in letting go isn't luck. It's strategy.